After the merged tribe of 10 split into 2 tribes and voted Tony and Matt out of the game, the final 8 came together for another immunity challenge called Guesstimations, where the contestants would receive a dart for the closest answer to a question for a chance to pop each other's balloons. At the end of the challenge, Nicole had the last balloon standing and won immunity. When the final 8 got back to camp, Javier reconnected with his original Excalibur to come up with the game plan. The trio of Lindsay, Matt, and Tolu wanted to target Jana for being wishy-washy, while Jana and Nicole wanted to target Lindsay for being a threat. Both groups approached the original Excalibur guys who weighed out their options. At Tribal Council, the guys decided to team up with Jana and Nicole to vote Lindsay out of this game, leaving Matt and Tolu out of the vote. 7 are left. Who will be voted out tonight? Welcome in final 7. All right, you guys ready to get to your next immunity challenge? All right, first things first, Nicole, can I have back the necklace? I can just.
Thank you.
You're fine. You're fine. Let's go. Oh, it's your hat. There you go. Thank you. All right. Individual immunity is back up for grabs. This challenge is called You Must Be This Tall. The challenge will be ran in 3 parts. The first part, you will need to race out to the field to collect a sandbag, run back, and then land it on one of those pegs on the pole. First 4 to land them move on to the next round. For the second round, you will run out again to grab a sandbag, come back. The first 2 to land a sandbag on the peg move on to the final round. The final round is a puzzle over here where 2 of you will go head to head. Winner gets immunity and $100 to your charity on behalf of Daniel Hastings. So we'll get started. For individual immunity, $100 to your charity and a spot in the final 6. When I say go, 3, 2, 1, go. First 4 to land it moves on. Kevin back first. Everyone shooting. Nobody has landed one yet. No one has landed it yet. We're looking for 4. Javier moves on to the second round. Looking for 3 more.
Sorry.
Let's go see his name.
Jana switches up her pole. Ryan lands one, is moving on. We're looking for 2 more. Nicole lands one and is moving on. We're looking for Kevin lands one and is moving on. We have our final 4. Tolu, Jana, Matt, please go have a seat on the side.
And move on to the final puzzle. When I say go, 3, 2, 1, go. Looking for 2. Kevin, on and off. Ryan lands his, is moving on to the final round. Looking for 1 more. Kevin lands his, moving on to the final round.
First one to finish the puzzle wins individual immunity and $100 to your charity. All right, when I say go, 3, 2, 1, go.
Am I missing the piece by chance? Oh, there we go.
I'm starting over.
Ryan Penny wins individual immunity. Ryan, come up and grab immunity.
Thank you.
Well earned.
Sorry.
Stop, you're fine. And then $100 on behalf of Daniel over there. And then Kevin, here's $50 to you on behalf of Karen from season 6 and Shane from season 4.
Thank you.
Congratulations. For the rest of you, one of you will be the next person to vote off the lift to give the Ramsey roller coaster, and you can head back to camp.
Somehow Jana keeps escaping votes, and they blindsided Lindsay. So my number 1 is out of the game, and that's where we're at. I mean, I understand that they think that Lindsay and I were a threat together, but I just keep seeing Jana escape from situations that she should be voted out.
The puzzles are proving not to be my thing, but
It's okay. It made me feel better for the golf ball.
true. Actually, that's very true.
I'm fine joining.
Yeah,
so
come on.
I think it might be easier with 3.
I think our plans
also-
are in alignment anyway.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I hope our plans. Yeah.
I was thinking like one of
Getting rid of Kevin. Wait, I mean, what?
Tulu or Matt, or is there one way that we're leaning? And we're kind of weighing like the differences between Matt and Tulu. Matt, we think he could still be a challenge threat. We don't know what's coming. He's also been fairly personable, and he's been pretty good about pitching reasons why I should keep him as well.
I want Matthew out,
Yeah, I think it's the way to go. Yeah,
and I'm interested in working with both of you more than just this vote.
me too.
Yeah,
I hope.
And like I said last time, I'm interested to talk to you more. And like, this is like,
we'll
the
have all
numbers
night
just
to
never
talk,
lined
which
up.
is-
Yeah.
which is
Well, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully you're right.
Well, at this point in the game, I want things to be calm, predictable. I think as soon as things get out of hand, I think I'm probably going home.
Do you get the sense that the jury's bitter? Do you get that sense? Are they like actually bitter, or are they just joking about it? I can't tell.
I am very nervous about Lindsay not being on the jury and stuff.
I want to work with Kevin and Ryan just like I have been the whole game. It really hurts that at some point we might have to break that up. It's not going to be right now. You know, when you have a good thing, just keep it going, keep it rolling. I gave Ryan a name, and the name that I gave Ryan was Matthew. But maybe that was dumb of me because Ryan likes Matthew.
So this is where I want to talk about.
Let's talk about it.
Splitting them up.
Who, Ryan and Matthew?
Yeah. I mean, which only leaves Matthew.
So that,
But something tells me that he's closer to Matthew than us, or you think I'm just getting paranoid?
well, it's not a bad idea because he'd have to rely on us if he doesn't have that option.
Either way, yeah. Someone like Matthew is potentially hard to beat at challenges in the end. He's a lawyer, so he might be a great talker at a final tribal council. I don't think he's wronged anybody that's on the jury, and it does seem like the jury might be a bit bitter. Okay, but I don't like lying to you. That's why I'm trying to tell you it's gonna be Matt. That's gonna be my vote this time. Okay. But the next vote is when stuff gets really interesting, because I have a feeling that those people are not gonna want to go to the end with me.
With you?
Like Ryan and Javi.
I'm thinking they're not going to want to go to the end with me, and Ryan just said straight up that he thinks I'm too likable. Matt obviously has less of a relationship, less of connection with the other tribal members, and so I think he's going to be on the chopping block today, but I'm just as much on the chopping block, so it could really be very evenly either one of us. They don't like me because I'm very likable. That's a very nice compliment. Thanks, guys.
Yes.
And they've been picking on women the whole time.
So what I think would be our best move is talk to Ryan, see where his head's at, and then see if we can maneuver, like, you know,
Can
like,
you get Javier on board?
because he's gonna be flipping and flopping every time. I have no.
Yeah, but if you mix it up, then you have room to make another move.
Yeah, it's true.
As soon as we got back to camp, I pitched Ryan, who seems kind of tired of making decisions. It seems like he's going with the flow, so I didn't really get any traction there. I have been scrambling since we got back to camp, pulling every single move that I can. I mean, I am like the bottom of the bottom, so use me as a number to try to make a move.
Yes.
I am going to play hard for my charity. My charity is Mile in My Shoes. It's a nonprofit in Minneapolis and St. Paul that works with different facilities around the cities for people experiencing homelessness, re-entering from incarceration, and we partner up with people at those different facilities and groups and train for races and runs and build confidence and community.
Hey guys. What's going on?
Yeah, discussing. I think based on how the last travel stuck up, it's definitely you're probably thinking yourself or Matt.
Yeah.
Kind of at the bottom, and that's what kind of we were thinking as well.
Like, it is going to be me and Jana against 3 reds. And I'm willing to take that risk. I'm willing to use tonight to strategize, but I do feel like I do have some footing to work within those guys. I think they would be silly to bring each other to the end, and hopefully they don't see me as a huge threat.
Yeah, I think at this point you guys are holding up pretty strong. Obviously want to continue on. And like I said, I feel like at some point Leslie's gotta die. So yeah, I'm cool with voting Matt if that's what you guys were thinking. Either I go home or Matt goes home. And what's their name? Escapade, Ecclesiastics, Excelsior. They're strong together.
And so I genuinely felt like there was no way for me to work with you or Matt without getting rid of Lindsay. So, and I obviously wanted to tell you guys, but I kind of gave you a little hint, but you can never tell someone straight up, because what if she would have had an idol, and then I'm this round too. So I hope you don't hold too much ill will, but the door is open. I don't think there's a strong group. I think it's voting blocks at this point.
Okay. I mean, I trust Nicole. At the end of the day, I do think like whenever I do feel wrong, she's able to kind of explain it in a way that makes sense. Even though she still goes behind my back and backstabs, she still goes and backstabs, but at least she's honest.
Question for you is, the longer you keep those 3 around, the 3 Excalibur, more likely they're just gonna pick you off.
No, that is
So how do you get around that?
fair point.
My pitch to everybody has kind of been the same, and it's that the 3 Excalibur guys all have a very similar resume. At some point in time, they're all going to turn on each other because they need to differentiate themselves. And the longer they wait to do it, the harder it's going to be. And at this point, it's me and Tolu. We have no power at all. And if they use us to make a flip, that gives them space to make more moves.
I'm just wondering how high is our threat level as a 3? That's the question.
It's super high.
Yeah, I know.
But at this point, I don't think, I mean,
That's why I want. Let's keep this short and let's interrupt other conversations. But what do you? Go ahead, Ryan. What do you want to talk about?
I think we go out Tolu. And the only reason why is I think Matt is a huge threat. And I don't think anybody would necessarily work with him because they know he's like, he's going to play like hard. Tolu though, she's by herself. That is a number. She's loyal.
Ryan pitched to me the idea of voting for Tolu, mostly because she is a really dangerous jury threat. People love talking to Tolu, and she's very expressive. I think that she would blow everyone away at the tribal council.
And second.
Somebody's got to make a move.
Yeah, right. And Kevin just said he wants to.
It's not going to be one of us, it's going to be somebody else. Yeah. So it's coming. Like, the storm is coming.
Yeah, the storm is
And this has to be the last one of the day, right? There's not going to be another
probably,
one.
unless there's like a night challenge, which I doubt there's going to be. If this works out, the vote would be on Matt. What I am worried about is Ryan is kind of a really emotional player. He sometimes has a hard time voting for someone that's the logical choice because he feels really bad about it, which I empathize with, but like we signed up for this. This is kind of how the game goes, so hopefully he doesn't go rogue.
I'm good with keeping you around. Like, I'm good with dropping. Like, I don't know. I feel
At this point, I don't have any numbers.
I know.
And somebody needs to make a move because you 3 have basically the same game. You 3 can't sit at the end together.
Who 3?
You Excalibur 3.
Yeah, well, who said we're going to sit at the end together? But I think you would beat me at the end.
And that's fine.
Like, don't you think you'd beat me?
I have no idea.
Because the jury, I think, likes me. But Matt is someone that I reached out to when I was in a spot where I was in really a bad place. Like, I thought I was going to be next to go. So the tribe wants to keep Matt around because he's a competitor and he wants to play. I want to give Matt that shot because I think Matt would have given me that shot.
Now they're pitching maybe Tony.
Right now?
Right now.
Right now?
And that's why I'm saying, why don't we completely take control of the game and just flip it our way? So honestly, like coming back to camp after the challenge was a little bit like frustrating to me because I thought we already had a vote set up. Like we had the next 2 or 3 votes already set up, and then there was all this chaos. So I don't know if all the chaos is theater or if there's actually, you know, like a back and forth of votes.
Do you know? Did he tell you something?
Are we still on the same page? Because you voted differently. I think my game was going great up until right now. I still think I have a strong possibility and I still think I have some moves to play. I mean, this is chess, not checkers, okay?
The idea was trio was too strong. I understand that people could look at Excalibur as a trio, but we've been bickering. And I don't know if you all had, but Ryan, I don't think is with my vote.
This is going to be the hardest thing ever I'll have to do, but like the 3 Reds can't go to the end. Like we can't. I already told Nicole I would take her to the end, and I really want to take Janet to the end, and I have no idea if I have a shot in hell if I do that, but you know, it's one of those things where that might be the move to differentiate my game. Degree Advance, brought to you by Live to Give.
He was a dead man walking to his fate. Vengeance was sweet on my tongue. His body lies where flowers grow. His body lies where flowers grow.
Alright,
welcome to the final 7. First and foremost, Ryan, congratulations on immunity. How does it feel to have it around your neck this close to the end of the game?
It feels great, and especially it was a physical challenge because I've done pretty poorly in most of the physical challenges so far, and it was fun to compete against Kev because he's really good at those things, and so now I can say I beat him in one thing. So.
And Jana, kind of tell me, let's just hop right into like strategy and game stuff. At the final 7, how do you strategize in such small numbers and make sure someone still goes home?
Yeah, there was kind of a clear 5 and 2, just based on the votes from the last tribal. 5 votes on Lindsay, 3 on me.
So who were the 2 left out of the vote?
Matt and Tulu, I'm pretty sure were the 2 out of the vote.
Matt?
Yes.
I saw you like smirking, smiling, you like raised your hand. Did you see that coming? And then what was your kind of reaction after?
I think that's what we call a blind side. So no, did not see that coming at all.
And Tolu, how did you then go back to camp if this is a strong 5 now and kind of make your case as to why you shouldn't stay and maybe throw the direction somewhere else?
Well, I mean, I've been speaking about loyalty this whole time, and this last game I spoke about, you know, everybody's playing their best game for their own success. So, you know, at this point, you just have to kind of rely on the loyalties that you're building and hope that the vote goes the right way.
And Kevin, there's different strengths that everyone has in this game, and then there's like the physical aspect of the game, the social aspect, and the strategic aspect. At what point in the game do you kind of take each of those ones out?
I think we're all fans of the show, right? And we're all fans of big moves, but sometimes the smart move is the easy move. In terms of the different types of threats, social, strategic, physical, I don't think one is more important than the other. I think it all depends on who your jury is.
Javier?
Matt?
So I understand what Kevin's saying, but as we look at this jury here, only one person on this jury has made multiple big moves, and that's Jana.
Jana, how about you, your reaction to that?
I don't like it being thrown out there that I've made like multiple big moves. But yeah, I think Matt is right though, that I have tried to make moves. Definitely the merge vote. Sorry, Anna, I was on the Anna vote side. I'll put that out there. And that has helped me get to this point in that game. That helped prove trust that I have with people I'm sitting here. It saved me in the last vote, I'm pretty sure. But Matt, you've been strategic. Seems like you had a core alliance going forward throughout the whole game.
So I understand that that's one way to frame this, but the reality is not that. There's a group of 3 that have been together, and then there's Nicole, who voted with them but is out, and then the 2 of us that were left out of the vote.
But I think Tulu, she also seems very personable to people. She seems like she has a good relationship with a lot of people. She was able to kind of get in, I think, with Matt and Lindsay, and that's something that I couldn't do. So everyone up here has their own aspects to their game that they can definitely use in that final tribal council. So
there's some heat on me about whether or not I'm likable, whether or not I've wronged anybody on the jury. I've come in completely unknowledgeable of the game. I watched maybe half a season, and just came here and listened and learned, and pitching that I'm really teachable, and I've made it this far in the game with really little knowledge, just learning off of these people who are so far the best in the game. And so I just want to continue to learn, and yeah.
You guys want to change something?
Yeah, I feel like
Okay, off you go.
Is there something different? Obviously we can't vote right. That's what I'm saying.
Nicole, how do you kind of adapt to each round?
I think it's really hard. I think people agree here, every round is kind of a new game almost, right? Like you will look at how people voted with you the last round, right? And you'll see how that's going to affect your game moving forward. But I don't think anyone here is close herself off to options every single round.
At this point in the game, it all becomes about who can I beat at the end.
All right, well, we will get to it then.
Kevin, you're up.
feel like I have deja vu just coming down here again and again and again and trying to get Jana. And I worry that all the people at the bottom of that tribe who don't see the writing on the wall are missing out by not making this move tonight. And so this is my Hail Mary. We'll see.
Matt, I was pretty upfront and honest about this vote. You seem really great outside of the game. We were just never on the right side of the vote these last few tribal councils.
I know the jury doesn't like these easy votes, but these easy votes are moving us along, and that's the reason they're still in the jury and we're here.
I'll go tally the votes. If anybody has a hidden immunity idol or advantage and you'd like to play it, now would be the time to do so. Ready the votes. First vote. Matt. Jana. Matt, that's 2 votes Matt, 1 vote Jana. Matt, it's 3 votes Matt, 1 vote Jana. Next person voted off of to give the Ramsey Rollercoaster, the 7th member of our jury, Matt. Bring me your torch.
Great game, but we fought to win. Great game, but we fought to win.
Matt, you try this smoke. Well, congratulations on making it to the final 6. Total, if that 5 is as tight as it is, you have some work to do. Grab your stuff, head back to camp.
I don't understand why nobody sees what I'm seeing, but here we are.
This is a very hard one, but you always got to stay loyal to yourself first.
Happy to have been here and to have had this experience. For all the people that supported my fundraiser and Mile in My Shoes, that works with people that have barriers to running in the Twin Cities, people experiencing homelessness, are exiting incarceration, working through drug addiction and alcohol addiction, and people that have served in our military, and my friends and family cheering for me, and Jess and everything that she did to help prepare for this and raise money for this and supporting me along the way. Although I'm bummed and I'm already replaying everything in my head, I'm incredibly proud and happy to be here and just thankful for everybody.
Not here.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Brandon, it's your turn.
Okay, because honestly, I don't know why, because you reminded me of it. My 2 truths and a lie. My first one, I pooped through white shorts on a flight back from Cancun, Mexico, and everyone on the flight saw when I was walking off the plane.
Oh
and
my
laughed
fucking
at me.
god. As is deserved.
Second one, I Caitlin and I went to Catholic school together. And the third one is you guys have a night challenge.
I think the night challenge is a little.
I actually think the second one is a lie. I think we have a night challenge, and the second one is a lie.
I'm gonna say that.
I'm gonna say number 3.
Number 3.
Is the lie that you guys have a night
Yes.
challenge? No, that's the truth. You guys do.
I knew it.
I'm going to fight you right now.
All right. Well, congratulations on making it to the final 6.
Yeah.
However, your night is not over. I will have you guys grab your stuff and head on up to the challenge area. Come on in.
Oh my gosh.
Hello, Final 6. Thank you for joining. Are you guys ready to get to your next immunity challenge?
Yeah.
All right. First things first, Ryan, please come bring me back the necklace. Thank you. All right, this challenge is called Power Tower. How this will work, you will stand on a small platform, arms behind your pole, on your shoulders, and on your back, as you can see there. The goal is simple, to stand as long as you can. Last person standing on their pole wins immunity and gets to advance to the final 5. So there'll also be a lot of donation money awarded for this challenge. The top 4 placers will be getting money. 4th place will be getting $25 on behalf of Kim Matina from season 6. 3rd place will be getting $50 on behalf of Katie Meyer from season 3. 2nd place will be getting $100 on behalf of Josh Vargas from season 3, and 1st place will be getting $250 on behalf of Ben and Brian Conley from last season. So, a lot of charity money at stake too, just for this one challenge. 3, 2, 1, go.
I was talking to this boy I had a crush on, and then as I was taking off my sweatpants, I took off everything with it in front of my whole class. It was terrible.
Underestimated us. You know you're not in trouble, Tolu. You're not saying that.
Just test myself. Mind your business.
I respect that. I respect that.
How long has it been?
21.
Or 38, 40.
Like probably like 40. Yeah. 39. Ooh.
Down.
Community is yours. Congratulations. $250 to charity. So, I'll walk to you, I guess. $100 to charity. Congratulations.
It only felt like 70 or 80 minutes to me, but the sky was changing, so maybe I was wrong. Like it looked like it might have been getting lighter.
So getting back to camp, we were like fully exhausted, thinking that we were potentially done. We kind of heard like the tribal, they're like, okay, we're good for the night. And I was like, okay, cool, we can go back to camp and relax. Might have a little bit of a chance to have a break from the game.
And next thing we know, we're having a great time playing Two Truths and a Lie.
Yeah.
Production comes to camp like, oh yeah, let's play with you. And then I see Brandon.
Yeah.
And if Brandon's coming to camp, you can
In
pretty
the
much
shorts.
assume. And with the fit, and he was slaying too.
Yeah,
Come on.
he looked
but
good.
arms out. But when Brandon's coming to camp, that usually means something's up. So.
Right.
And at first they were trying to play it off like, oh no, we're just hanging out. But then it was revealed to us that we indeed do have another challenge that night. And not only is this, you know, a very important immunity challenge, being that it is the final 6 immunity and the winner goes to final 5, this is one of the most grueling challenges that I have ever done.
We were lied to by production. They said, okay, we're done, no more challenges. Then Brandon comes in, 2 truths, okay, but the last truth is there's no night challenge tonight. Well, there we go. Yes, there is.
I hope that's the truth. Turned out to be a lie.
And we had just about, I don't know, maybe like, what's that, an inch, 2 inches of space to kind of plant our heels on.
This is not personal, this is nothing like that, but I have to turn on Ryan.
Yeah.
And we've been playing the whole game together.
Yeah.
I gave him the immunity when I had the chance to.
Right.
He's been nothing but loyal to me. He told me he would never write my name down, but I just don't see how I could beat him at the end.
Right.
I want to take Ryan out. Now, Ryan has been my ally in this game from day one. We've done everything together. The majority of the votes that I've been on has been in cahoots with Ryan. When I won the opportunity to give immunity to someone, I gave it to Ryan. Like, Ryan is my guy. But also, I don't know if I can beat him at the end if we don't differentiate our games. I know that I have to make moves separate from Ryan, and I thought the way to do that would be to vote Ryan out.
We've worked together on 3 votes now,
Yeah.
so we should keep going.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. When I walked to the bathroom with Kevin in the night with Tulu, he threw out Ryan's name.
Okay.
I think I'm okay with that vote. He's making connections with everyone. It's like what we're worried about.
I know that sitting next to people who have made moves, sitting next to people who have made connections is not good for my game. I have to see those people out the door. I have to write their names down, and today is a huge opportunity to get a big threat out.
I want to pitch. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I really want to get Ryan out.
Right now?
Right now. I really feel like I gotta get Ryan out if I'm gonna have a shot at winning this game. I'm really looking forward to connecting with Ryan outside of the game and maybe catching a basketball game or a baseball game or something too. I think if Ryan sits next to Tolu, he gets all those votes. Plus the original Excalibur people.
For sure. I'm not saying that that's not an option.
Yeah.
I just think, and I'm open to it, right? I'm not like protecting Ryan, but I just think it makes sense to go for that outlier now, right?
Okay, so you guys want to go Tolu?
I mean, we don't have to.
I was just not seeing it that way, but if the jury is seeing it that way, it's really worth considering.
I genuinely think that if the jury had to vote for someone right now, they would pick Tolu. I also think that she is a little burned by the vote against Lindsay, even though I gave her a little bit of a heads up, and I don't foresee her taking me to the end. And if you can't take me to the end, and if I'm not in your game plan, I have to have you go.
People like her. She's done moves.
She has done moves.
Very likable, funny.
I mean, and she's a professor. She's done spoken word. Like she's very articulate.
Knows how to talk. She knows how to talk. She knows how to persuade people. But it's just not more so than Ryan. Like you let Ryan slip to the end, that's a mistake.
I'm saying either one shouldn't at this point. I have Ryan on the other hand. And Ryan is a huge threat. I have been saying it from day one. He knows these challenges like the back of his hand. He knows how to anticipate twists. But the thing about Ryan is he is just such a teddy bear, sweetheart, lovable guy. Every person on the jury has a connection with him emotionally.
So, I'm just gonna be honest, bro. I was pitching you. Okay. I told Tolu that I was not gonna write her name down. Okay. And it sounds like people want to go Tolu. So I'm in a predicament where either I vote out one person I told I wasn't going to write their name down, or I vote out the other person I told I wasn't going to write their name down.
And it's going to get to that point.
Yeah.
That's the predicament we're all in.
I know I'm catching votes today. It's probably going to be me or Tolu. I knew it was going to happen. I've saved Kevin a bunch of times, but he was like, I'll be honest with you, you're a huge threat. That's a really nice thing for someone to say to you. It's also the worst thing for someone to say to you. I knew these last few votes, me getting the final 3 was going to be really hard.
Dude, the way I see it, you got it in the bag, bro. I really see it like that. And that's a huge compliment, obviously. But you played a great game.
And I know you. And I know, I
don't see there's any way I win if I sit next to you. I just don't. And that's a huge testament to your game.
I'm fighting for the National Multiple Sclerosis Society. My dad, and I think about 2005 or so, found out he had MS. That was a really hard emotion because I didn't know. You know, it's kind of funny. My dad and I are pretty similar in terms of how we handle emotions. You know, I've cried on camera a lot, but I don't normally cry. And he told when he had gotten some testing and found out he had MS, he had lost vision in one of his eyes, and that was how we found out. So he sat me down and he goes, hey, here's what's going on. Thankfully, it hasn't negatively affected my dad over the last 20 years or so, but they're not sure if it's genetic or not. And I have 2 young girls that, that'd be awful if they got it. So, ultimately, I'm fighting to continue research for MS and understanding what it is and what it does and how it works. There's 1 million Americans that have it, and so that's what I'm playing for. I want to say thank you because you gave me the will to fight.
It's your name and Ryan's name.
Okay, gotcha.
And Jana's name's out there too.
Okay.
But I think it's more likely you or Ryan.
Sure.
And honestly, I'm looking at you and Ryan are both huge jury threats. but genuinely, I think if we had to vote right now, or jury, like, you would be the winner. Like, you haven't pissed anyone off.
My name got thrown out. Ryan's name got thrown out. People see me as a threat, but I definitely see Nicole as a threat because she's playing it really cool and underground. I really think that when we get to, you know, if I'm lucky enough to get to the Final Four, then we're all on even footing again. You know, I think Nicole has every chance and possibility to win.
Strategy. I like big players out as soon as possible.
I think so.
And lower threats together
Yes.
further.
Yes.
I think you're playing that game
100%.
too.
Yes.
Yeah, me and Ryan have voted together like, I don't know, the last 24 tribal councils that we've had. It's insane how our trust has developed and our understanding of the games that we want to play is there. I just have this concern that sitting next to Ryan is bad for my game because we have too many of the same votes. And obviously we're final six, so like we
Right.
deserve
We
to
deserve
be
to be
here,
here.
but again, big moves speak to the jury. So
Yes.
like,
So right now, I'm in a very, very fun spot, I think. Jana wants to go with me to the end, and Ryan wants to go with me to the end. Javier talked to me about going with me to the end. Kevin has also talked about wanting to be with me to the end too. And at this point in time, the fact that multiple people want to sit next to me, I think is really great. Hopefully they don't cross-reference with each other and hear that multiple people are saying that. But I think for this vote at least, I'm in a good spot.
Nicole and Kevin.
I just don't know where Kevin settled because we were talking in front of Ryan. But do you think he's doing that?
It's voting for Ryan.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Because like I can't sit next to like all Excalibur. I don't even think I should sit next to one Excalibur.
Right.
In my best scenario,
Right.
I'm sitting next to 2 original Renegade.
Right.
Because I can't distinguish my game from Kevin and from Ryan, and they both have more individual immunities than me and more big moves than me.
I did not think I'd make it this far, and as the game went on, it even more so really kind of like solidified. Like, I'm really here for y'all, for my charity. I'm here for those kids and adults. You know, I'm here for my community, and I want to represent my community in the best way. And yesterday when I was hanging on to that challenge, the only thing that was keeping me going was like those kids and my community, those angels looking up above me, you know, my parents. I hope I'm making people proud.
I know, like, I have a threat level, and Kevin was honest with me. He's like, dude, I'm writing your name down, and I respect that, like, you know, because of that threat level, but, like, I think your threat level's high, too.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's equal, yeah.
And I just want to say, too, like, the moment when you won money for your charity, and, like, your reaction was what this game is all about. Like, you're fighting so hard for your charity, and, like, I just think that's so awesome.
Thank you.
And, like, I respect the hell out of you as, like, a person and as a gamer and all that, and so, like, I don't know, it's been really fun, like, the little bit we had a chance to play and, like, just, like, hang out at camp and everything, and I obviously hope I'm here later, but if it's not, like, I hope you kill it and keep moving forward again.
Yeah, you too, yeah.
Can I get a hug?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
I'm maybe in trouble because I've already pitched Ryan to everyone, which is clearly turning on my number one ally, and I don't know how that's gonna go over with the tribe. So I've got a plan. Luckily, I've been winning immunity, so I have a necklace, but just in case I don't win the next 2 necklaces, I have a backup plan.
His body lies where flowers grow. His body lies where flowers grow.
All right, well, congratulations, final 6. Jana, kind of tell me about making it to the final day and how it feels after being in this game for so long.
It feels really good to make it to the final day. I like camping, but usually with a tent and stuff, so it's been a hard few days, but I'm very happy to be here in this moment right now.
I mean, it's been a hard past 3 days. There's been a lot of ups and downs, and making it to this final day, which, you know, we all really hoped we would, there's just so much emotion of, you know, some like gratitude, you're excited, you're proud, you're nervous. There's just so many different emotions going on.
And tell me a little bit, Javier, about how it feels as well, like that you're so close to the end for that $7,000 for your charity.
It's huge. It's what's driving all of us right now through sleepless nights, through torturous challenges, through lack of energy. I personally had a few tribals where I thought I might be going home, so to be almost within arm's reach of that amount of money for our charitable causes, I just really want to contribute. I want to make a difference to the charity I've chosen to support, and just supporting my community with that donation would be huge for me.
And Ryan, do you feel like it puts into perspective what people and whatever you're playing for, what they experience might be a little bit more harder than what you're experiencing? It puts it into a little bit of perspective in this game.
Absolutely. You know, we have these long nights, you know, lack of food, and yet all of us are fighting for charities, and everybody on the jury had charities that represent groups that have it way worse off than we do. We're playing a game, and we're lucky to be here. The first night here, I had stomach pains that I think were mainly because of dehydration, and I was walking around and I had some really kind people check in on me, and that helped me not forget why I'm here and not quit, but also be very thankful and lucky that I don't have to deal with, you know, those things, and other people do. So we're lucky to be here, and we're lucky to be representing something and get to play a game. But at the end of the day, my hope is no matter where the money goes, it's going to go to people that really need it. And I'm just thankful this whole thing is helping charities that are great.
And Toli, did you kind of expect it to be this complex? Did you expect to feel these emotions and things before you came out here?
Yes, that's why I said no so many years in a row.
You did.
I did. I definitely did expect that, and it's been great to have people around that are kind and supportive and encouraging. And honestly, it's been a lot easier just having the people in this game, in and out, that we've had make that happen.
And Nicole, tell me a little bit about last night. Now that we're in the final six, you guys went back to camp. Did you guys expect us to be messy and give you a night challenge, or what kind of went through your head?
No, I mean, there was like a little talk of, oh, maybe there's a night challenge, jokingly we said, but honestly we were like, no, they all packed up for the night, we're fine. So we were like, you guys, let's just like really enjoy our time for at least a couple hours, sit around the fire, have a conversation. So we were having a jolly old time, and then you came up and you're like, we're having a night challenge, and you know, it definitely was not fun.
We had rice cooking that we were going to eat, and we didn't get to eat the rice. And then when we walked into the room, we saw the classic Survivor Challenge. If you've seen Christian season, the one where you're just hanging on a cross, it's kind of the worst thing ever, because it's also like midnight. So
let's talk about like kind of the transition into the final six. Yesterday there was that 5-person alliance that took out Lindsay, and then Matt, and then Tolu, you were left on the outs against the 5-person alliance. What did you kind of do then when you woke up this morning, I guess, to try to keep yourself safe from today?
Well, you know, I didn't know how tight the 5 were. You know, when we're kumbayaing, it feels, you know, we're all one big group. And then, you know, obviously this morning we got into conversations, and, you know, it was kind of between 2 people, myself and another person. So it seemed like maybe they're not as tight as we think they are, right?
And Ryan, you kind of put up your other hand.
Tolu and I talked a little bit about some names. I really appreciate her coming to me and just being like, hey, is there anything else you want to do? And I didn't feel comfortable with that, and I knew she was probably going to put my name down. I was really honest with her. I was going to put her name down, and I thought that was a nice moment, and she's never been anything but honest with me. So,
and that's not completely true, right? I have not always been honest with you, because I do see you as a threat.
And then, you know, I had someone else approach me and mention like, hey, I think you're a threat, and I knew that might happen, and that's part of the game. It doesn't feel good to be this close and think you might lose that, but I'm just banking on the relationship and trust that I've built.
And Kevin, let's kind of talk about that a little bit. We hear the word like trust and loyalty to the end, and then we hear like Tolu on the bottom. What's the risk of keeping like a 5-some just rolling to the end?
I think all the 5-person alliance stuff is kind of malarkey at this point, because, okay, say we vote Tolu out. What's going to happen next round? We can't be a 5 next round. So we're kind of delaying the inevitable at this point, and I wanted to try to make some moves. So I'll just say it, I'm the one that pushed Ryan's name out there, and he clearly is very aligned in this tribe and has a lot more agency to influence the vote than I do. because not a single person was really willing to budge. So more power to him. Congratulations. That means he's playing a great game. But I'm like, yo, let's not be boring here. Let's try to make some moves. But, you know, I'm just one man and I only have one vote.
I will note, a few tribals ago, sometimes you said like what seems like the safer move is actually the smarter move in the short term.
I think we're all fans of the show, right? And we're all fans of big moves, but sometimes the smart move is the easy move.
All the people at the bottom of that tribe who don't see the writing on the wall are missing out by not making this move tonight.
Of course, sometimes, but right now we're at 6 and we're at a top 5. So if you take the safe move now, what about next round?
No one here, like we talk about this like 5 strong. We're still working stuff behind the scenes. If you don't have a final 3 in your mind right now, or you haven't talked about that, then whoops, you're not playing the game. Like, we are all working that stuff. Like, let's be honest. And we know who our allies are, we know who our trusts are, and then we know who they like somewhat. I don't know who really fully knows, but
we think we know.
Yeah.
We know.
But, you know, and so at the end of the day, we're gonna do our absolute best.
And Javier, talk a little bit about kind of that notion of the jury.
I think the really important thing going forward is that every person here should play a game that aligns with a strategy that's intentional. And some of us will succeed in that, and then a few of us will be on the jury eventually.
We will get 2 votes. Cole, you're up.
It's either me or you, and I always trusted my group. I'm gonna find out if I can trust them or not.
I'm gonna throw Ryan underneath the bus. He played a really strong game, but I think he's been very cunning and just a bold-faced liar the entire time. And so I'm throwing him in.
I'm gonna tally the votes. Alright, if anybody has a hidden immunity idol or advantage and you'd like to play it, now would be the time to do so. I'll read the votes. First vote, Ryan. Tolu. Tolu, that's 2 votes Tolu, 1 vote Ryan. Tolu, that's 3 votes Tolu. Ryan. That's 3 votes Tolu, 2 votes Ryan, 1 vote left. The next person to vote off of lips to give the Ramsey Rollercoaster is the 8th member of our jury, Tolu. Give me your torch.
Careful who you trust, kids. Careful who you trust. And if they hate you, you're doing something right.
Congratulations on making it to the final 5. It seems like this was your goal. Set up some next ones. Grab your stuff. Head up to camp.
I'm just sad. I feel like I got played, but well played. Yeah, I wish I'd won that money for my charity, but I think I played really hard. I had no idea what I was getting into coming in. I watched half a season of Survivor and had the support of my friends and my loved ones, and I think I played really hard and made good connections. So all in all, a positive experience. My charity is called CARE, Production Company and Outreach Center. We go into neighborhoods and communities with people who are underprivileged around Minnesota, and we try to invest in their literacy education and try to encourage them to tell their own stories. A lot of Black kids don't get the opportunity to share, express themselves openly in a lot of white-dominated spaces. I just know that in my childhood, reading, journaling really helped me to be able to express myself and to cope with the world around me. So I feel like I just wanted to offer that to the kids. Shut up, Brandon. Thank you for encouraging me to do this. It was hard, but I think it was really good for me as a person and for the goals that I'm trying to accomplish with this nonprofit. And it challenged me to kind of put myself out there and really solidify and have faith in myself, faith that I didn't even know that I had. And of course, I don't want to shout out my man directly, but he knows. And my mom and dad, thank you so much for your sacrifices and bringing us here. And my family, my brothers, my extended family. Shout out to the players. I hate y'all, but it's okay. It's still a good game.